People often ask me, how many cameras do you guys use to make the nation's most educational automotive show? The answer is, we use a lot of cameras. The most important camera we use is this big kind right here. There's 6 of them, and each one has a dedicated cameraman. On top of that, we have 10 of these smaller format cameras, and every car gets rigged with at least half a dozen of these. On top of all that, there's GoPros. We buy GoPros as we need them because they get hit a lot. Sometimes all of these cameras are rolling at the exact same time on the exact same scene. And what that allows us to do in post-production is cut to a whole lot of different angles. And that's the answer to the question, how many cameras do you guys use on that show that's called Canada's Worst Driver?
The 5 remaining nominees for the unwanted title, Canada's Worst Driver, all have a valid driver's license. And they all shouldn't.
My name's Shmuel. I nominate my brother Shalom as Canada's Worst Driver.
I can't back up.
Shalom is a new driver in Calgary.
I had my license. It's coming about 8 months.
And in parking lots, Shalom is a disaster.
Why does it keep going like that?
My name is Mitchell. I nominated my fiancée Jillian as Canada's Worst Driver.
I hit a pole in the parking garage at my work.
Jillian has been driving in eastern Newfoundland for 5 years. And in parking lots, she is a disaster.
Which way? This way?
Towards the truck. Towards the truck.
What truck?
That truck.
Well, I don't see the truck.
My name is Jeff, and I've nominated my mother-in-law, Polly, as Canada's Worst Driver.
Right lane or left lane here?
Polly has been driving in southern Ontario for 41 years.
On this side, this side. No, 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 no.
Where?
Over here.
I'm in La La Land when I'm driving. I would admit to that.
Polly is a disaster in parking lots.
I think we're stuck on the curb. Oh!
I'm Jackie, and I've nominated my cousin Renee as Canada's Worst Driver.
Okay.
Renee is terrified of speed and of crashing with her son, Ryder.
That kid is my life.
In parking lots, Renee is a disaster.
Oh.
What did you do?
I went the wrong way.
You are Canada's Worst Driver.
What?
My name's Lorraine, and I nominated my son Jordan as Canada's Worst Driver.
This fell out when I ran into the rock, actually.
Jordan has been a licensed driver for almost 8 years.
I have my mirror that was taped for about 3-4 months. I was driving around with it.
And he is a disaster in parking lots.
Done. Perfect. You just can't get out, but, you know, whatever. That's fine. My hit and runs are always in parking lots, and I don't cause too much damage when I hit people, and that's why I don't feel bad about leaving after.
We've taught Canada's worst drivers how to control a car in a confined space. We've taught them how to reverse in all manner of methods. And we've even taught them how to parallel park. Now, it's time for them to use any and or all of those skills in an annual challenge we call
you get parked in a parking lot? For this parking lot challenge, Polly gets our minivan, Shalom gets the ancient station wagon, Jillian has the super stretched Cadillac, Jordan is in this blue Volvo, and Civil Renee is in the Civic.
On your mark, get set, park courteously.
Go. Look at Renee.
Oh my God!
I just want you to do the challenge successfully.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm talking about. Of course, I'm linger. I'm not gonna. Oh, that's a hard break. Okay.
Once all the vehicles are in Canada's worst parking lot, our own blocker vehicles are released to ramp up the pressure. Jillian's got a crack at the first parking spot.
I'm not gonna get in there.
If she can't get in there, she should get out of there.
Oh my God! Oh, what?
When drivers hit something on this challenge,
Mitchell, I didn't hit that.
You probably just never felt it. It's just the worst about a big car.
they have to take a penalty lap around the exterior of the parking lot. To pass the parking lot challenge, you always have to park in reverse. But
this year's rule in the parking lot challenge is you can reverse one time and one time only. No back and forth and back and forth. How many times did you go backwards?
one reverse should be Renee's new normal.
Normally, I park at the end of the parking lot and walk.
Polly could be the next success.
Is Polly really going to get in one? I think it's going to happen.
Are you far enough in?
She is indeed. But Polly wants to continue practicing parking.
Could I do that?
Totally. Let's learn while we're here.
I'm learning that Jordan still isn't using his mirrors correctly.
Oh, did I hit something?
Oh, I hate that question.
As Jordan does his penalty lap, Jillian gets shifted to Renee's car due to mechanical issues.
It was meant to be.
Woohoo! Meanwhile,
Where's the line?
Jordan is parking at a snail's pace.
Holy smokes.
But he does eventually park.
Is it actually over?
I think so. I hope so.
Before rehab, Jordan hated parking lots.
I like parking lots now. I don't like the dick drivers in them, but you know.
Put it real hard.
Jillian has finally parked.
Dawn, stop.
I'm not done. I'm over the line.
I don't think you are.
Oh.
Now,
One penalty lap later, Jillian finally does park.
I think I'm good right here.
I'd say that's a pass finally.
Yay!
It really isn't a pass. If you hit two cars before parking.
It took forever.
oh, it was a long one.
That means Shalom is the last person parking.
This is really not pretty.
Shalom's parking skills are so bad.
I'm probably Canada's worst parker.
When we come back,
God. Oh my God.
it's the moment you've been waiting for. Our annual water tank test.
Every year, shark attacks kill exactly 0 Canadians. However, sudden changes of speed on the highway kill hundreds of Canadians. What happens when people brake too quickly is that their weight lurches them forward, their rear tires lose traction, and then fishtailing can occur. The next challenge for Canada's worst drivers will test their ability to brake and accelerate smoothly. That's right. It's time for our annual water tank test.
And the car they'll be doing it in is this fancy Sharkmobile that will be carrying 200 liters of freezing water on its roof. If drivers aren't smooth on their acceleration and braking, this water will start sloshing, which will funnel it through these pipes and this hole and onto their heads. This year's course begins with a straightaway where drivers must accelerate up to 50 kilometers an hour and then slow back down to 0. After that, there's a whole bunch of other stuff.
I'll show you how it's done.
Getting up to 50 with enough room left on the runway to slow back down to 0 requires smooth acceleration.
30, 40, get up to 50. That's not 50. That's 50 right there. Now I'm slowing down. Ooh, I was just getting cocky and thinking I might get this. Slow down ever so smoothly. Part of this challenge is remaining calm under pressure. And that's what I have to do now.
Specifically what I have to do now is a precision steering section.
Ooh, so tight.
Which leads to a know where your wheels are ramp upon which I stop to let the sloshing water settle.
Uh-oh, maybe it's being stuck here means that the water's just running out. That's no good. I gotta go. This is terrible. I feel like I'm failing. I'm sorry, Mom. I didn't think I'd be such a failure, but I am apparently. Okay. Now we come into this straightaway.
That contains a surprise baby carriage.
I don't even care.
And leads to this concrete turnaround section. Once drivers leave the left side of this corral in reverse, the pedal control test is over.
There's the daylight. I can see the daylight now. That means I'm past it.
I lost 18 liters of water. How will Canada's worst drivers do? Shalom isn't worried about getting wet.
It's like someone peeing on you. It happens.
That's it. You're right.
On the 50k an hour straightaway, Shalom's pedal control is wacky. Shalom's top speed is less than 40. And instead of slowly slowing down, he comes to a sudden stop.
I can't move.
Be smooth, do whatever it takes to get there, but know that you're not allowed to drive like an idiot just because something weird happens.
The best thing you can say about Shalom's handling of the precision section is that it's better than his handling of the ramp.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
You missed the ramp, buddy.
Don't worry about it. So what? It's only water. It can't hurt us.
Okay, yeah.
It can't hurt us. Just water. We don't give right?
Oh.
When Shalom does get on the rails, instead of focusing on trying to drive smoothly, he just goes fast.
I'm on something.
If you're on something, stopping would be prudent.
Did you push a baby carriage all the way to here?
Yeah.
What part of symbolism don't you get?
I wasn't focused on the baby carriage.
He wasn't focused on his fins either.
This is supposed to be about, are you smooth on the brake and the gas? This is not supposed to be, are you completely out of your mind?
So how shall go? Gotta start turning.
I'm on something, yeah.
Are you using your wing mirror?
Yeah, I'm using this mirror, but it's not, I can't see, it has to be lowered.
Sometimes things stress us out when we drive. And the water is symbolizing that, like maybe a bug came into your car, but it doesn't give you the right to reverse around like this.
When it all comes out in the wash, Shalom may get our unwanted award.
I think he might be Canada's worst driver. Schmoll, what do you think?
Polly is up next.
50K, nice and easy.
Polly's acceleration is fairly smooth.
Okay, you're at 50.
But instead of feathering off the gas pedal,
Nice and easy.
Okay.
she lets it go suddenly.
Okay.
That's not easy.
Okay. Put the brakes on now?
Well, I would hope so. You're going to hit the stop sign.
Did I stop?
Polly didn't stop, which is an automatic fail. And by the way, Polly's pedal control is
jerky.
Jerky. That's a habit, bad habit of mine. Yes.
when we come back. Jordan and Renee do the water tank test.
That is not warm.
And Jillian drives in public, alone.
I don't know where I'm going.
We're testing the pedal control of Canada's worst drivers on our annual water tank test. Jordan accelerates smoothly to 50, but his braking lacks subtlety. After that one giant downpour, Jordan learns his lesson and drives smoothly.
I can smell my makeup, like, coming off my face.
Renee accelerates quite smoothly, but her braking is certainly sudden.
Son of a bitch. That is not warm.
Over the ramp, Renee keeps her speed. And only gets splashed once. But that speed is not her friend when the baby pops out.
I just killed a baby.
In the concrete corral, Renee starts getting frustrated. And she gets herself wedged.
I'm stuck. Oh, I don't understand. Oh my God.
Renee's pedal control wasn't bad. Until she got frustrated.
Well, that sucked.
Jillian should be next. But I'm taking Jillian to a nearby small town so she can face her phobia of driving alone. A phobia that she says is a secret.
Amongst your closest friends, how many of them know that you don't show up because you can't drive?
Nobody.
None of them.
Nobody.
None of them.
No. That's true.
100% true.
Nobody. Well, I'm not gonna go up to somebody and I can't physically get there because I'm gonna have a panic attack in the car, so I'm not coming, because then they're gonna be like, what?
Really? And you'd rather have them think that you didn't like them or didn't want to spend time with them than know that about you? You know what I mean? I'm kind of amazed that driving is held in that high of esteem in our culture, that it's a more convenient lie to say, I don't want to see you, than to have people know that you can't drive.
Well, it's just that I know the first thing out of their mouth is gonna be like, come on, like it's like over here, and then I have to explain all this, and then it's just easier for me to just act like I can't come today.
Wow. I think it's time you should drive. What do you think about that?
Okay.
Yeah?
Jillian believes I'll be with her when she drives. But I've loaded a 5-minute route into the GPS of this vehicle, and Jillian will drive it alone.
Now, why are you here?
So I could drive by myself on public roads.
Time to do that right now. Okay, we're getting out of the car. It's all you. It's all you.
Okay? You're going to go 2.6 kilometers to a coffee shop parking lot. Straightforward by yourself. And we're nearby. We're going to be there waiting for you.
Okay.
And what's the fear?
Because there's nobody here in case...
That's right. There's nobody here. This is the only skill you need. So we're going to practice it in small, little increments.
Okay.
Okay? Take the driver's seat.
Love you, sweetie.
For the next 10 minutes, nothing happens.
You okay?
I just don't want to do it.
You don't have to do it.
I know, but if I don't do it, I'm not going to get any better. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do.
Jillian decides to do the drive.
Have a good, safe drive.
Jillian is assuming that we're going to tail her. That's not going to happen.
Oh, why aren't they following?
Because driving alone means driving alone.
I don't know where I'm going.
Please turn left and then turn left.
I'm just
Please turn left.
Okay. Oh, it's a green light. Okay.
Jillian makes a wrong turn, but the GPS saves her.
Please follow the current road for 2 kilometers.
2 kilometers? It said I was only...
And before you know it,
Oh, thank you, Jesus.
she reaches her destination,
Okay.
where we'll let her regroup and do it again.
I really don't want to do it again.
Okay, fine. We won't.
When we come back,
A little bit one way, hard getaway.
Canada's worst drivers are taught how to do a 180-degree reverse spin-out. Then, they're tested on that skill.
That wasn't even close.
Sometimes the things we do here at the Driver Rehabilitation Center appear to be one thing when really there's something else entirely. The next challenge for Canada's worst drivers is a pretty good example of that. It's going to appear to be one thing when really it's going to be something else entirely. And it might just blow their minds. Isn't that freaky? The maneuver we will be teaching them is something called a 180-degree spin-out. And it happens in reverse. Now, this maneuver is very, very big, but at the end of the day, the maneuver itself is just set dressing. The skills that go into the maneuver, though, well, those are things that Canada's worst drivers can take home with them. I'm taking all this stuff home. This thing is cool. I like this. Not that lamp. I don't like that.
A 180-degree reverse spin-out occurs when a driver creates a very specific sort of weight change as he or she is rocketing backwards. Philippe will explain.
For the car to do a full 180, I need inertia.
Philippe Letourneau is one of the driving experts we have on staff at our rehab center. Tim Danter is our head driving instructor. Shamala Kiru is our therapist. And Cam Woolley is our legal expert. Every episode, these four monitor the behavior of the bad motorists so they can choose who should graduate and who should be named Canada's worst driver. Back to Philippe's lesson.
So first of all, back up straight, 35K, let go to gas, a little bit one way, hard the other way, keep looking where I want to go, exactly in the middle there.
Watch Philippe do it again.
About 35 kilometers per hour. I let go to gas, swing one way, swing the other way, put it in drive, and we're out of here. Let go to gas, one way, swing the other way, off we go.
I don't know if I can do this.
Doing this is easier if you understand why it works. So let's break it down.
Build up speed, 35.
Going 35K an hour gives the car momentum.
Let go to gas.
Letting go of the gas makes the car slow down, lurching its weight to the back end, making the front end lighter.
One way.
The small turn unbalances the car, pressurizing this side's suspension.
Swing the other way.
The hard turn the other way springs the car's front end up and around.
Okay. That is so cool. Can you do it one more time?
So about 35 kilometers per hour. Let go to gas, a little bit one way, hard the other way.
Oh my God. Oh, okay.
The other way.
All right.
When Canada's worst drivers attempt the maneuver,
let go to gas.
Nervousness causes common mistakes.
Oh, I'm wrong. Sorry.
Let go to gas.
No, but I'm not.
That's okay, that's okay.
The first common mistake is...
let go to gas. Swing the other way.
Instead of making small initial turns, drivers make huge initial turns.
So instead of just going quarter turn, you just wang the... I went too much. Yeah.
The second common mistake is hitting the brake in mid-maneuver. And as always, the third common mistake...
oh, I closed my eyes.
...is drivers not looking where they want to go.
You didn't look at the other cone over there.
It does take a while.
Et voila.
But eventually...
et voila.
All of Canada's worst drivers...
et voila.
...do get quite familiar with doing this freaky piece of stunt driving.
Et voila. You gonna pass your challenge?
Yeah. I am.
For the challenge, drivers will be using our brand new Dodge Charger, which 5 episodes ago looked like this. Now, well, it's looking a little worse for wear. Passing the challenge requires doing the maneuver in this confined space. Shalom has not passed a single rehab center challenge. And frankly, the odds of him passing this one are 0.
Did you just do it? You just did it! You just did it! Way to go, buddy!
Woo! Oh, yes! Oh, my God!
No way I thought you'd get that.
That's the best moment of my life!
Shalom records his first rehab center pass.
Woo! It's been the best moment of my life. I graduated from McGill top bars. Nothing compared to this. I waited so long. Woo!
Renee is up next.
Before coming to rehab, Renee was so afraid she would drive with her 4-way flashers on when she's on the highway. Now, she knows how to do this.
All right, that is not what I was hoping she was going to show us she could do. Don't just hold on the wheel. Steer.
Steer, yeah.
Steer.
On her second attempt, Renee clips the barriers on the other side. And then she clips the entrance wall.
You can't get in the thing.
Here we go. She came to rehab for her son. Will she graduate today?
Now that Renee can park and reverse, high-speed highway driving is the last thing left for her to conquer.
Time for you to get out of here and go on a lesson with Tim.
Today's lesson starts with a jump into the deep end, merging onto a major highway.
So this is our on-ramp, and it will straighten out into an acceleration lane. In through the nose, please. It's okay. Keep on the gas pedal. Keep on the gas pedal. You're good. So keep in through the nose. More gas. More gas, because we're doing a little lane change first. No, not yet. Signal on. Give me on the gas. More gas. More gas. Stay in this lane, because you see it's not ending yet. In through the nose. Little shoulder check. Good. Lane change over once. Good. Good, we're on. Worst part's over. All right. Now, let's put our signal on again. See, the white car's gonna overtake you, right? Good. So it's gonna overtake you. No, it's not gonna let you in. So there you go. So what I want you to do, a little bit of gas, get ahead of him. There you go. Good, see, he was nice, he let you in. Cancel your signal. Stay in this lane, put your signal on again, and give me gas.
With one successful merge under Renee's belt,
ease off the gas pedal.
It's time to get off the highway so she can merge on again.
Who are we doing this for?
Ryder.
In through the nose, out through the mouth. This is better than the first time we came on.
Yeah.
See? So you're learning to override your anxiety here because nothing's happening.
Her third merge is better.
Match the speed. Match the speed.
And her fourth merge is downright normal.
Perfect. Now could you do a lane change?
Yes.
And no.
Just come back there. There you go.
Oh my God.
That's okay. That's okay.
Was that me?
When we come back, the rest of Canada's worst drivers attempt the 180-degree spin-out.
Look, why? I just...
Canada's worst drivers have learned how to do a controlled 180-degree reverse spin-out.
Swing one way, the other way.
Now, they're being tested on that skill.
You just did it!
Jordan is up next.
Here he goes. Jordan's first attempt. What do you think? Will he make it? No, he will not make it. Oy, oy, oy.
I wasn't focused.
Don't just hold onto the wheel and hope you're going straight.
Yeah.
Because you are going straight when you hold onto the wheel, but you might be going straight to hell.
It's true.
The pressure of a possible graduation seems to be getting to Jordan.
Too early. Oh, okay. Look where I wanted.
That wasn't a perfect run, but it is a pass.
I didn't end up completely straight, but that's good for me.
Polly believes she's lined up perfectly straight. And she believes that if she holds the wheel perfectly still, she'll magically stay in the middle of the road.
What happened here?
I don't know. You tell me.
I must have turned the wheel. I must have turned the wheel. Had to have.
Looked like you just held on for dear life, and you're in a straight line.
Okay, that's what I did wrong. Okay.
In subsequent runs, Polly fails to get into the box again and again. And let's keep in mind that Polly has a long driveway at home that she reverses down every day.
Fifth and final attempt. Can Polly do it? Let's face it, we already know. She can't, but she wants to.
That wasn't even close.
Polly's bad reversing has damaged more than just foam blocks in her lifetime.
You had to cut the tree down so I didn't hit it.
You have a tree next to your driveway.
Well, we had to.
And you had to cut them down.
Couldn't afford the bodywork. At least now you just back into the ditch instead of smashing the corner of the car.
Jillian gives the speedometer her focus on attempt number 1.
Okay, I'm at 35. Oh.
Then she gives Mitchell the right to be her speedometer.
I'll tell you when you're at 35, okay?
Okay.
Mitch, come to me, buddy. Love you.
Jillian came to rehab to learn to drive alone. So, it's time she drove alone.
So they took him out of the car.
How is Mitch being in the passenger seat gonna help you at all?
Yes, this is uncomfortable for her, but this is exactly what we want.
Okay. Oh, just do it. Just do it.
Here's your next try. There we go, there we go, there we go. That's too fast, that's too fast. You okay?
Yes, I panicked when I was going to turn the wheel, and I didn't turn the wheel right.
Normally, I give drivers tips when they fail. For Jillian today, I'm offering nothing.
I love the way that Andrew's handling that. She really needs to think this through for herself.
Jillian is so frustrated without Mitch. She slams on the brake during every remaining attempt. And the worst part is, she has no idea she's doing it. Jillian's rehabilitation is taking longer than I thought it would.
I turned, and I turned again. I didn't put my foot on brake. I don't. Where is he?
When we come back,
do you deserve to graduate?
Poor misguided Jordan asks to be graduated for the 3rd week in a row.
I am definitely that different person, and I don't want to go back to being, you know, that other person.
On this episode of Canada's Worst Driver, the nominees parked.
Oh my God!
They endured the water tank challenge. And they learned how to do a reverse 180-degree spin out.
Oh, what the hell? I just destroyed them all.
Now it's time for them to talk with our experts. Starting with Jillian, who says her solo public drive was liberating, but also
terrifying. But I did it.
Will you go home and drive all by yourself if we let you go now?
Probably not.
Are you Canada's worst driver?
No.
But you don't want to graduate either.
No.
Neither does Shalom.
The training, the learning and stuff, I need it. Like, I just maybe need more help. So I need it more probably than anyone else on the show.
Renee's breakthrough on the highway this episode makes her feel like she no longer needs rehab.
I want to graduate. I know that this problem is not going to fix itself overnight, but the more I do it, the more confident I'm going to be, and I want to do it now.
You go home today. Do you put Ryder, your son, in the car seat and merge onto the highway the next day?
I would do it alone first before I would do it with him.
Polly wants to merge onto some highways with Tim, too.
Because I'm nervous of that, you know? I would like you to see what I do wrong when I'm there. That's what I would like.
Tim, you booked tomorrow?
I am open.
Boom! Ask and you shall receive.
Jordan wants to receive his driver's license back.
Do you deserve to graduate?
I definitely believe so, yes.
Yeah?
You know, when I first met you, Jordan, you came across as entitled, selfish, speeding, distracted driver, but you've really transformed.
I am definitely that different person, and I don't want to go back to being, you know, that other person.
Renee and Jordan both want to graduate, but only one will. The other will stay.
I think it's Renee that should stay, and I think it's Jordan that should graduate. Shannon?
So my vote is for Jordan. I think he's overall the best driver that we have. And with Renee, the piece that stands out for me is that she said she's not ready to drive with Ryder.
Right.
Tim thinks Renee should graduate, based on how she drove him on the highway.
By the end of it, she was someone who exhibited to me no problems.
Who do you think, Kim?
I'm giving Renee a lot of points for her progress with Tim, so I would let Renee graduate.
I'm smiling now because that means it comes down to you, Philippe, and I know you hate it when it comes down to you. Success in rehab. What is it? Well, it's all about making a complete change. That's our definition. There's only two people here who believe their change is complete. Jordan, that's you, and Renee, that's you. But only one of you is right. And Renee? That person's not you. You told us in one simple sentence that you are not ready to drive your son Ryder on the highway. And for that reason alone, it's clear that your change isn't complete. Jordan, buddy, you've done really well, and your change is complete.
Thank you.
So, I have your license here,
Thanks.
and it gives me great pride to say you are our newest graduate.
When I came here, I was, as Cam said, the bitchy, entitled person that I was. I'm leaving here myself, and so much better.
Before coming to rehab, Jordan was an unrepentant, distracted driving speed freak who vowed to leave rehab the exact same way.
If I was named Canada's worst driver, I would not quit driving. I'd just keep going exactly as I'm going right now.
In rehab, Jordan started out incredibly badly. But once we realized he needed glasses, and we made him get some, he started to see the road, and he started to see why driving distracted was dangerous.
It hurts me to think you're so upset about it.
It upset me that he quit so many challenges.
We're saddened by your decision to quit.
Don't worry, I am as well.
But once he started accepting the advice of our experts,
Front tires will never lie.
we gained his trust.
By focusing on effort, we also boost our confidence.
And he sought out more advice.
Seriously, Jordan, you always have good question with...
Well, yeah, it's just so I can understand.
As he started to take the advice of other people and have successes, to see how he's changed and he's evolved, it's just amazing. Like, he's so much better for the experience.
Congratulations, buddy.
The Queen Wave.
Congrats. Join us again next episode when we name the finalists for Canada's worst driver.
On the next episode of Canada's Worst Driver. The nominees do our annual cross challenge in a bus.
I'm being stupid for no reason.
We teach them how to do a forward 180-degree spin out.
You're pushing the gas!
Oh!
And the concluding slalom challenge is the fastest thing we've ever done.
exactly what goes into producing the world's most useful products. Go behind the bill next on How It's Made.
Parker seeks Grandpa's golden advice as he struggles through a dismal season. Tomorrow, on an all-new Gold Rush, Jamie gets back into the driver's seat and solicits advice from one of his rivals. Tomorrow, on the season finale of Highway 3.